Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about the possible polio outbreak in New York State and New York City. Now, why am I breaking up the two? Well, because New York City and New York State are two different animals. New York City just found out today, or yesterday rather, that they had polio in the wastewater, and upstate New York about a week ago found out that they had polio in the wastewater. New York City and New York State are two different animals. New York City are liberal cockbag assholes, and upstate New York has people that walk around barefoot and tongue kiss their cousins hello. Two totally different worlds. All right, so we got that out of the way. Now, telling people, guys, that there is polio in the water to suggest that people are infected with polio is absolutely the most insane thing I've ever seen anyone do, or any organization or agency do. Because now you're assuming that somebody is going, or people are going to come down with polio. Now you're scaring people into running to get the shot, or the polio vaccine, sorry. So you're beating this fear drum for what? Now, they're constantly beating the fear drum. I'm going to get into another video on that in a little bit. But with this, guys, they are suggesting that there could be an outbreak, or rather to look out for an outbreak. There is one person in the entire state of New York State, including New York City, that has polio. He is not paralyzed, right? And that's one guy. There has been no other reported cases of any kind of polio symptoms since that guy, which was probably now 2 weeks ago. So here they go now, getting people scared over what? We have real world problems to deal with, and shit that's really gonna, listen, if this polio thing gets out of hand, yes, it absolutely will be a fucking bad day for a lot of people, and some people might even be paralyzed. But still, we have bigger issues to worry about. To sit there and focus on what they're doing now here in New York State and City is polio and Trump. That is the two things that we're focused on now. Supposedly polio and then Trump. It's like all we hear here in New York City. I don't know about upstate New York. I don't even know if they have TV up there. Anyway, not the point. The point is that they are constantly looking to stress the nervous system. I think that's what it is. I think that's what they're doing. Not I think, that is what they're doing. Sorry. We went over this in a couple videos a few months ago, if not a year ago. And guys, the polio outbreak can make things bad if it does actually take hold. But to scare people before there are any more cases and to suggest that there's going to be an outbreak without there being an outbreak is pretty fucking bad. Now, yes, another person comes down with it, you're like, oh shit. Now we got a something to worry about. But while there's no one sick, while there's nothing going on, while nobody's fucking, dragging their fucking legs across the ground and get to a hospital, while none of that is happening, they shouldn't be beating the fear drum. But of course, guys, growing up, we've all seen this before. They used to keep everything a secret. They didn't want to tell you shit. And then we always used to suspect the government was lying to us and holding on to secrets. Well, now they're throwing everything at us. Whether it's a lie or not, they're throwing everything at us. And now we have to sit there and decipher through the bullshit, or cipher through the bullshit, sorry, to see what's what and what is. This polio shit is fucking just enough already. And these viruses that are popping up here and there, enough already. So of course, guys, they drag in the unvaccinated with polio. They're like, the unvaccinated should get vaccinated right away, and that you guys shouldn't wait until you get sick. I'm like, well, first of all, a lot of us are vaccinated against polio, and there are some people that are not vaccinated against polio, and there's some people that are. All right, so with that, guys, why beat that fear drum? Now, some of them are like, they're warning us. Not the way they're reporting it. Warning people is like, listen, guys, this is a New York State warning. There could be a possibility of an outbreak, right? To sit there and go, guys, it's going to be an outbreak because we tested it in the wastewater and people are going to come down with the polio symptoms. It's like, that's not a warning. That's scaring the shit out of people. There are ways of doing things, and apparently this current government in New York State and New York City and the United States doesn't know how to do that. They want to beat the fear of people. Why? Because we had the shit beaten into us over COVID. Remember that fear factor that was going on? They were drumming it up real fucking good doing that fucking bullshit. Now here we are entering a new one, and now we have monkeypox here in New York City. Not now, but we have monkeypox in New York City, and they're beating that drum, trying to divert it away from the LGBT men community and leaving it at that. As soon as somebody legitimately straight gets it, or a woman gets it, or a child gets it, and more of them get it, then you're going to hear about it more. But right now, it's still growing. People are still getting sick, but you don't hear about it much because it's disproportionately affecting one group, and they don't want to be stigmatized. So, again, guys, we are surrounded by bullshit. We're surrounded by the fear drum being beaten all the time. What do we do about it? Well, we ignore a lot of it, or like I said, we cipher through what's real and what's not. Polio is not a fucking concern for me. Neither is monkeypox. Neither is that new one, Lenya, the Lenya hemtavirus, or whatever it's called, that's in China. 35 people over 4 years. Not something to fucking report and make it fucking world news. That's a bullshit virus too. 35 people over 4 years were infected. Why the fuck are we even talking about it? Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.